So Magellan's is definitely worth circumnavigating the globe for.
Good evening from Tokyo DisneySea. Tonight we are going to what many say is one of the nicest restaurants in any Disney park, Magellan's. So we're going to head there, and also we're going to be seeing the newest show here at Tokyo DisneySea, Believe Sea of Dreams. So we're very excited about that, so join us for a wonderful night here at Tokyo DisneySea. Hello. We have reservations.
Restaurant is a set menu only, so it's gonna take usually more than 1 hour. So.
Okay. Thank you. Disney describes Magellan's as a majestic restaurant where explorers and adventurers gather. They go on to say, enjoy cuisine inspired by dishes from around the world as you dine amid objects that tell of the discoveries made through exploration of the oceans and the study of astronomy during the golden age of exploration. Magellan's offers a couple of set menus where you get to choose between 2 appetizers, 2 main dishes, and several desserts. And depending on the time of year, they often have special menus based on the seasons or celebrations that are taking place.
Shrimp, scallop market, apple salad, sour cream salad, tomato sauce, pepino sauce.
So we have shrimp, we have scallop, and what did they say this was? Kind of a salad?
Yeah, it might be some sort of like seafood coleslaw.
Mm-hmm. And in theory some eggs on there, is that true?
Fish eggs.
Fish eggs.
This is black walnut and plain.
Ooh, cute. Kawaii.
Thank you.
It's
Before we dive into our soup, we're going to talk about the appetizer really quick. Tasha, thoughts on the appetizer?
The seafood appetizer was delicious. Everything was very fresh. It came kind of on top of a bed of onions and with a radish and a tomato. And it was just a perfect mix of salty, acidic, but I think most of the seafood was raw. The roe on it was a really nice texture too. So 10 out of 10.
And usually sometimes seafood can be a little bit too fishy for me, but even though in theory this should have been very fishy, it wasn't overpowering or anything like that, just a really good flavor all around, so I really liked it. And so far the bread has been really good, even though it's like, oh, that's bread. The walnut bread was really good, and it's warm bread, and the butter tastes great. So now we're going to have the soup, which, what kind of soup was it again?
Sweet potato.
Sweet potato soup, and you know how I feel about sweet potatoes. Perfect, thank you.
sweet potato cream soup.
Thank you. Well, we need to catch up on a few things. So we have the sweet potato soup, and while it wasn't the strongest sweet potato taste, I thought it was really good.
It was very good, yeah. It was kind of like a regular potato chowder, but very delicious.
And then the main dishes, I had the pork tenderloin, and I was hesitant to order it because sometimes I don't love the way pork is prepared, but this one I asked the server what he recommended, and he said that, and it was absolutely delicious. So good. The vegetables that were served with it had a great flavor, but that pork, I ate it all, so it was delicious. And Tasha got the fish.
Yeah, so it was a white fish. I asked multiple times, both in English and Japanese, like, what type of white fish? And I kept getting the answer, like, isaki, and I don't know what type of fish that actually translates to, but it was delicious. The skin was crispy. It was kind of, it came with kind of like a eggplant sauce, and on the side there were pearl onions. Wonderful, very good.
And now we both chose the same dessert, and it looks absolutely delicious. So we will dive in and let you know what we think. Alright, we just finished up dessert, and that was absolutely delicious. It was a hazelnut chocolate cake, and it was so good. It had a sherbet with it, which was, it was a very fresh taste, but it took me by surprise because I was expecting vanilla ice cream, and it was not vanilla ice cream. It was a very tart sherbet, but thoughts?
Yeah, the cake was very good. It was like, almost like a fancy Ferrero Rocher. That's what Eric actually said. I stole his wording, but it had kind of like hazelnut crunch in it, and it had an orange that's a varietal called the Marin orange, which I don't think we have in the U.S. So the orange was very good. I agree with Eric. I thought the lemon sherbet was maybe too citrusy with the chocolate cake, and it maybe would have preferred just vanilla ice cream to kind of cut out the acid taste from the orange, but overall, the dessert was amazing.
And for the overall experience here, it does take about an hour and a half because it is a set meal and a courses, but it was a very special meal. I'm glad we did it. I'm so glad we got the reservations. It's very hard to get the reservations for these, but because we had the hotel reservations, it was a little bit easier, but I think they start about 30 days out is when you can make reservations here normally, and it was, I very much enjoyed it. But
so Magellan's is definitely worth circumnavigating the globe for, just as Magellan did. And honestly, that's what we did to come here. We half circumnavigated the globe. Worth the trip, totally.
Yes, so very well said. I can't say it better. So yes, highly recommended. So as we were leaving Magellan's, we paid the bill, and I was worried about what it might cost because I'm still not great on the yen to dollars. I mean, I wasn't worried, but I was like, oh, that's probably, in my mind, it was probably an $80 meal for all the fancy food we ate. But Tasha did the math, and then I got the notification on my credit card. What was it?
It was $80 for both of us, so $40 per person.
What?
That includes...
What?
There was no tax and tip were included in the price, or there's no tax for foreign visitors, but...
So appetizer, soup, the bread, of course, main dish, dessert, $40 each, $80 total. Crazy. I've tried to avoid spoilers for Believe's Sea of Dreams, but so far it's very cool to see how earlier today this harbor was completely empty, but now they brought out several very large set pieces for tonight's show, so I'm interested to see how these large set pieces are involved.
It's time to believe again.
"ここに星が生まれるんだ."
願い
どこ? あれが右から2番目の星だよ。すごいだろ。
なんて美しいの。
願い星が生まれる。
飛びたいわ。この塔を出て外の世界を見てみたいわ。僕はミュージシャンになる。
諦めかけても絶対に信じることをやめてはいけないんだ。
そうねピーター、もう一度信じれば願いは必ず叶うのね。
Alright, so we are in our PJs now, our official Hotel Miracosta PJs, so that means that we are wrapping up the day. So after Magellan's, we went to Disney, actually it doesn't even say Disney in the front of it, it's Believe, Sea of Dreams, and that is kind of their nighttime spectacular, and I really liked it overall. What are your thoughts on it?
I really liked it too. I really liked that they used the volcano. The lights that were projected onto the buildings were very cool. I really liked kind of like the main ship, which was all illuminated, very beautiful. I'm gonna give a kind of a hot take on the on the production. It was very screeny. Like a lot of the boats were kind of essentially screens, and I like sets that are a little bit more realistic. I feel like more immersive. But that's just kind of like my personal preference. So I would have liked to see more boats, like more pirate ships.
Like the pirate ship was a physical set instead of just a screen.
Yeah, but I'm old school.
Yeah, no, I think that's totally reasonable. I thought it was interesting, like the songs, some of the parts would be in English, other parts would of course be in Japanese, which totally makes sense. And then with the Coco song, parts of it were in Spanish. So it was a fun mix of things, but yeah. And overall, not speaking Japanese, I could understand the main thread of the story, but of course I'm sure I'm missing nuance on some of it. But the other thing is when it's that large of a place, you're not up close and personal with the characters by any means. So they're kind of at a distance, and it did rely heavily on the screens. But still, lots of fun, fireworks, fountains. And the other thing that I thought was interesting, and I think it's just culturally, is usually in the American shows you would end on the big firework thing, but here they kept all the characters out for another like 3 minutes to basically go around and wave. And so I think like at moments I was cheering like on the big woo, you know, like I wanted to scream out. And culturally that's not what happens here. Everyone just kind of sits quietly and then waves at the end. So would you agree with my assessment of it? Like, so I was like, oh, they didn't end on the big grand finale. They ended on 3 minutes later of kind of circling around, just everyone getting a chance to wave. So, cool cultural differences. Right after Sea of Dreams, we went on Raging Spirits. So we went for a nighttime ride on this. This is a coaster, and it does a full 360 upside down. Thoughts on that one?
Very cool. The special effects, kind of like the lights, the smoke, and it was very thrilling. Even though it doesn't seem like a very high roller coaster, there are some steep drops.
Yeah, no, I was surprised at how steep some of the drops were. So it's maybe a 2-minute ride, and it's pretty quick, but still, there was some big drops in there, the full circle upside down, and also it was cool to have the flames all over the place, and also smoke and water going around. So, very cool attraction. But best attraction today, top 1 or 2 attractions.
Journey to the Center of the Earth. Very cool.
Yes, totally agree with that one. So good, and the dinner was excellent. So Magellan's was totally worth it. So if you ever come here, definitely try and make a reservation for that. It was delicious. And tomorrow we are back at Tokyo DisneySea, and the main one we're going to try and hit is their version of Tower of Terror, because we haven't done that yet, and maybe exploring a few of the different lands we haven't had much time with. And yeah, maybe getting to see 1 or 2 of our favorites again. So yeah, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please give a like. And consider subscribing because we have a lot more fun coming here in Tokyo. But thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all again real soon. Bye!